Hey YouTubers, we got the Galaxy S8 Plus, the new phone from Samsung. It's the new release. You could pre-order a couple of weeks ago, so if you didn't order this phone yet, you can make an opinion. This will be the most true and sincere review you ever saw on YouTube, because this phone didn't send from Samsung. I'm not gonna sweet things up for Samsung. I'm gonna be true and I'm gonna tell you the pros and the cons if you are considering for upgrading from let's say S7 Edge or S7 or any model of Samsung to this new model, and I'm gonna tell you if it's worth it. This will be a full review, so take yourself a big cup of coffee. This will be an unboxing video. We're gonna see the box. I'm gonna show you the phone, all the specification, comparison between S7 Edge and S8 Plus. If you are considering differences between S8, for example, and S8 Plus, it's the battery and the bigger screen. The rest of the phone, it's entirely the same. So now guys, this is the model in 64 gigs. It's the 6.2 inches. At the first seeing, the phone looks great. Samsung did work at the design. At the round corners, he cut a little bit of the housing, and the screen is larger now with, I think, 1 millimeter in the left and in the right. So compared to the S7 Edge, the screen is larger. Also in the S8 Plus, the screen and the phone are way larger. I gotta admit, I like that the front button, it's missing now because the button is hidden under the screen. So with a little help of face recognition, and yes, we'll talk about the face recognition bug. It had a bug. Someone from YouTube managed somehow to bypass that. We will try to bypass ourselves. But let's talk about the specifications. It has the same camera in the back. We'll get in the detail after this quick brief. It has wireless charging, it has water dust, and like the S7 Edge, the dust proof and the waterproof. It comes in the pack with a couple of headphones from AKG, and these are amazing at the sound. These are premium headphones. The USB cable is Type-C, so it's a high-speed USB this time compared to the 2.0 micro USB from S7 Edge. In the packaging, let me put the phone here. In the packaging, we have left some earpods, a micro USB connector, and a micro USB to USB, normal USB connector. Next, the needle for in the front side, you will can put your card, your micro SD card or your SIM card. This version is one SIM, and inside the box you will have the guides and warranty, and you know. The display is Super AMOLED, and you know the displays of Samsung are the best. So this display, it's amazing. It's if you want a comparison, it's the same display as S7 Edge, but the resolution is bigger. But it's also Super AMOLED. The difference, I did a little research before making this review, and the phones are almost the same. This one has the Gorilla Glass 5, and the S7 Edge has the Gorilla Glass 4. But you know, you want premium materials, Samsung gives you premium materials, and I'm a Samsung fan. I love these phones, but you know, this premium materials comes with a higher cost. If you see, the screen is broken, and don't make mistakes and believe that Gorilla Glass 5 will protect your phone and you don't have problems. If you drop it to a half a meter, because I dropped my S7H from a half of meter on the concrete, for example, and it instantly break the back glass without a protection, of course. I don't like this protective cover silicone skins, because it takes away the nice design the premium design the Samsung gives. So if you didn't want the plastic, now it's all glass, it's a premium material and it breaks easily. So I saw these phones break easy enough like S7 Edge. Beside the new design, it's all over the internet. Everyone is talking about this. Personally myself, I like the fingerprint, and I don't mind of this button. Of course, it's great that not having these buttons here, and this button is hidden under the display. And you have the fingerprint sensor on the back, who is very accurate, but you know, if you want to, for example, use the phone with a fingerprint scanner, you could and you can miss the camera, and you will put the fingers on the camera. So Samsung made some kind of message: when you turn on the camera, please clean your camera. So I think this message is not a mistake, was a mistake putting the sensor right near to the camera, because you will touch the camera very easily. And that message is for saving you taking pictures with blur, with dirty camera. Guys, watch the full review, because I will tell you if it's worth it upgrading from S7 Edge to this great phone, in my opinion, but it has some cons. This comes in midnight black, and I like in particular the black one, and I choose this color because if you can see the screen, the image is almost hidden in the frame. You can't tell where the screen begins. Of course, I don't know if you can see it, but of course you will figure it out very easily. But for example, if you choose a gray color, the orchid gray or the arctic silver, the screen will rapidly attract your attention between the screen and the frame. It comes in the coral blue, like this one, also in these colors, and it comes in the maple gold. As we talk of the design, it's more round at the corners, it's more round at the edges. You could feel the roundness of this phone. Then the most important thing, it's still a fingerprint magnet. Man, you can use it for 10 seconds and it's full of fingerprints, because this is glass, it attracts rapidly the fingerprints, and the black model puts in your attention the fingerprints right in your eye. So at this chapter, it's not an improvement, and they are not that colossal big difference between S7 Edge and S8, for example. At the resolution, the S8 Plus has 2960 by 4014. So the resolution is awesome, it's brilliant, the design, but it has a con, a big con. If you considering watching, for example, YouTube, you will have two black stripes on the right and on the left of the screen. So what's the use having a tall screen if you're having this trouble at the aspect ratio? Of course, you have a button integrated, stretching, crop to fit, for example, and you will have another mode, fit to screen. At the operating system, this phone comes with the Nougat Android 7, and for example, you will have some additional functions here, and you have a night mode, but with an upgrade to S7 Edge you could have those functions too, that for example you have the performance mode when you upgrade it, and the upgrade is all over the world on S7 Edge to the Android 7.0, so you can apply high performance mode to both of them. You could use the night mode, you know, it warms the colors just to not upset your eyes when you read or when you watch a video, when you play, for example, at night. I don't see in the notification bar the ultra saving power mode, for example here. And a new thing, I don't know why the producer tell us if you are willing to increase to the maximum the brightness of the screen, it attracts our attention with a message warning. At the CPU it's 150 megahertz difference per core, and the GPU it's improved, the processor improved, it's more faster. In the benchmark is the best phone there is. It smashes the iPhone 7 in the benchmarks. I don't think there is any Android device as faster and as performant as S8 Plus, but the S7 Edge is really fast. There isn't any application that will demand you from buying S7 Plus, for example. Then won't be for next 5 years, for it's my opinion. In the memory, if here you can choose the model 32 gigs, 64 and 128 gigs, this S8 Plus it's only 64 internal memory, so this is not necessarily a disadvantage. You can buy yourself a micro SD card and put it inside. The camera, this is a sensitive part of this review because I myself, I'm in a videographer and a photographer. I work with hundreds, thousands of people in every year, and I like professional photography, so it attracted my attention that both back cameras are the same. There is not difference in the hardware. In the software and the firmware, Samsung made a modification, so the pictures taken with the S8 Plus are a little bit sharper than S7 Edge, so there aren't that big differences. I think it applies some small effect that the firmware makes and makes the photography sharper, because the hardware and the cameras and the sensor size and the sensor feature are the same. It's the same 1.7 f aperture, and it's still a low light phone. You can take pictures in the low light, and at weddings or do not considering make great pictures, but in a low light you could consider that pictures being great. Guys, I want to be honest with you, the market is saturated. The producer don't know what to make and to give to the phones to make them better, because I think they run out of ideas. What made the difference in the S8 is the iris scanner, and be reasonable. You can stand a couple of seconds unblocking your phone for scanning your iris. You don't in the message you will see you don't have to wear glasses to scan your iris. And the face recognition, I was having problems. For example, sometimes even in the good light in a room, it didn't recognize my face. So guys, I made a couple of testing with the internet. I put my picture on this tablet, and I tried, and let's try now to see if we can unblock the phone. But I gotta be honest with you, you can't do this, because I think that guy that was filming, it was a testing version, and I'm not sure. Do not believe everything that you will see on YouTube. I'm not saying he's lying, but I'm saying there are a lot of fake videos, or maybe it was a testing release, and that's why he can unblock the phone. So I tried taking and approaching with the distance, unblocking my screen with a paper picture. A picture made on a glossy paper and on a tablet with the S7Edge with the computer screen, and I didn't manage to unblock the phone. So the security is pretty good. So you can use multiple unlocking features, like you can use face recognition in lock type. Let me put my my pin. You can put the face, for example, the fingerprint and iris, all three of them, and your device will be completely secured. In the front camera are the differences, and for example, if the S7 Edge was 5 megapixel, now it's 8 megapixel and it's full HD in the front. This front camera comes with a new aperture from 4 f4. This is in S8 Plus, is now 1.7 like in the back. It covers up more light because you want to take your selfie, and the pictures taken in a low light will look way much better. The camera has optical stabilization on S8 and S8 Plus, and it comes, I didn't saw in specification the slow motion, and I got to assure you guys that it has slow motion. You just got to flip the screen. The sound, it's improved, and I will make comparisons between S7 Edge and S8 to help you guys choose the right phone, and if it's worth it. I will tell you at the end of this review. And if the S7 Edge support 192 kilohertz, this one supports 384 kilohertz of audio. Both of them are high resolution phones. So for example, if you want to invest in a player, it's better to get yourself a phone, S8 or S7 Edge, for listening to high resolution music. Of course you got to have a high resolution phones or speaker amplifiers. We recommend the non-brand if you want high resolution audio for your house, if you are, for example, audiophiles. In connectivity, it supports powerful and high-speed charging. In the 15 minutes you will charge. We'll get to the battery and I will tell you. First, the connectivity. The Bluetooth, it's interesting because in the Bluetooth you will have 5.0 Bluetooth instead of 4.1, so it's 8 times faster and it's consuming more energy. So for example, for high resolution audio, this is an important thing because you will gain and you will stream larger information, so the audio, it's more quality of the high fidelity audio. At the GPS, it has an interesting new feature called Galileo, so it's a little bit improved, the GPS, but it's also connecting easily like S7 Edge. The infrared port is missing. You can use it, the phones control your TV. Too bad. I was liking that infrared port to control your TV, but it did put a high-speed USB 3.1 to the phone in the back. At the sensor, and I'm gonna read this, it has a fingerprint, it has, told you, the iris scanner, it has accelerometer, gyro, proximity, compass, barometer, heart rate, and blood oxygen measurement. The battery. Well, the battery is a sensitive subject because this phone has 3500 milliamps. Well, compared to the S7 Edge, the S7 Edge has 3600 milliamps, but the fast processor makes the difference, and the battery holds on like the S7 Edge, and this is a problem. because why Samsung, you make great phone, a new phone, and the battery is let's say like in specification with 100 milliamps lower, and it holds on like the S7H. Where is the evolution in this? I don't see an evolution, and I'm offended, and you Samsung fans must be offended in this, because the phone had to be improved. You will pay a ton of money and you'll get the less results as the previous phone. It doesn't worth it. And as this size, the phone had to be a lot way better improved at the battery. And hold on, I was expecting, for example, let's say 4000 milliamps, 4100, as at this size. I didn't expect it, for example, at the S8 to have 3000 milliamps. Come on. For the European country, the radiation of this phone is interesting. I've read differences from the S7H and the S8 Plus are, for example, this is 0.5 watts per kilogram, and this one has 1 watt per kilogram. An important feature is this button for Bixby. This is a dedicated button. This Bixby button takes you to some kind of newsstand, for example. It's more complex than the newsstand, but I don't feel like it's real useful. For example, let's see, go in the camera and you have a sign here that is called Bixby Vision. So for example, I have put at my original packing and I want to receive information. I don't know what S8 Plus means. I'm taking a picture and I want the Bixby to show me relevant content about this picture. And I think it's still in development. It didn't tell me relevant content. It shows me boxes and nothing about S8 Plus. I made this testing even with the Stella Artois, for example, beer bottle, and the Bixby showed me beer bottles and nothing about Stella Artois, for example. It's intuitive, it's artificial intelligence, but it's in development. We are interested, and we are looking forward to bring for the producer bring us more artificial intelligence like assistants to help us in our needs, in our businesses, in our domains. So guys, here are the both phones. This one is heaviest, and if you are, it's quite uncomfortable if you are holding it as with one hand and you want to manipulate it, you want to work with it. It's quite uncomfortable, sorry, because it's a tall phone. But the S7H, it's quite of good. It's not uncomfortable. You can play and with it very easily. It's not that long in your pocket, for example. And let's see, this is the S7H, and this is the tall S8 Plus that I'm not feeling quite comfortable with it. So let's cut up to the chase, to our conclusion. It is worth buying the upgrade from S7H to the S8 Plus. Guys, realistically, no. I was telling you in the beginning of this review, I pay for my phone. I didn't receive it from the Samsung or other company to sugar and sweeten the things up for them. No, I'm realistic. I'm a Samsung fan, don't get me wrong. I love this phone, but it's not worth it. Do you not love your money in your pocket? With this big difference, because with the S8 Plus you could buy two, and yes, you can buy two S7 edges, not coral blue, the limited edition like this one, but you could buy the gold one, the silver one, and two phones, and it's not worth it. For example, I myself, I don't like this. I use the fingerprint in home banking, and this fingerprint in the back. I don't like it because I'm also wanted to make pictures, good quality pictures, and I don't want to touch the camera. Come on, it's not worth every time to clean your camera or look at it. For me, it's inconvenient. So yes, it's not worth buying from and upgrading from S7H to the S8 or S8 Plus. But it's a catch, guys. If you are considering from upgrading from Note 3, Note 2, Note 1, S4, S5 from these phones, well, it's a big step. If you are considering upgrading from one model to the next one, you will not sense big differences. If you have a lot of money, if you don't have any idea what to do with them, give it to us or buy yourself an S8 Plus. So guys, I hope I helped you make a decision in your case. You can pre-order now the S8 Plus and the S8. Make what's good for you. You can make objective opinion of the buying or not, or upgrading from S7H to the S8. So this is our review, this is our full review. Hope you like it, hope you will support us in our channel, guys. So if you like this video, thumbs up for us. See you on the next tutorial or review. Have a great day, technology lovers. See you, bye.